YouTube channel. I am Kulinai, and if you're new, don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Okay, let's get into the video. So in today's video, I'll be telling you guys my labor and delivery experience while I lose out my protective style. Okay, so let's begin. I got pregnant when I was 18 and I had my baby when I was 19. So I was, I think, 38 weeks or 39 weeks, right? And well, I had my regular checkup. I think I had the checkup, it was on a Monday. So the morning, right, I had breakfast and I think it was cornflakes, well, cereal and milk, right? But it was really sweet. It was real sweet. Me knowing that in the checkup they does check your sugar and stuff like that, right? I knew that, and I still went and ate cornflakes and milk the morning. It was real sweet. So in the clinic now, they check my sugar, and my sugar was 168, I think, around. It was real high. So I was like, what you had for breakfast? Me knowing that I ate something sweet, I was like, I told them what I had. I was like, well, I had cornflakes and milk and it was real sweet. I told them that it was really sweet, right? I was like, okay, no problem. An hour later, I will come back and I'll check it again. I check it back. I think it was 97. It dropped. It went down. That was good, right? Why this nurse still write up a note for me to go sando? At that point, I know that something was going to be wrong, and I started to panic and stuff like that. So she wrote the note for me to go the Friday, right? I went San Fernando Friday morning, hoping that they don't induce me, because she told me, she was like, you know, if you go San Fernando and the sugar is still high, they will have to induce the labor, right? So try to cut down on the sweets and stuff like that. So I did. I started to eat less sweets and drink more water and stuff like that, right? So when I went San Fernando now, the doctor checked my sugar. It was not high. It was not high. So he was like, I'm going to send you home and you will check your sugar 3 times a day. As soon as you wake up in the morning, check it an hour after breakfast, an hour after lunch, and an hour after dinner. Check my sugar, right? So I did that. And I don't know if the machine I was using, something was wrong with it, because I wasn't eating anything sweet and my sugar was going sky high. Sky high. Real high. I have no idea how. I was eating bread and cheese and friend pie and stuff like that. I wasn't even drinking any juice. I was drinking water, and my sugar was going sky high. So I started to panic, because he was like, you know, if you go home, right, and you check your sugar and the sugar is high, you need to come back for us to induce your labor. So try to cut down on the sweets, drink more water, eating plenty callaloo. You see a girl eating my lettuce and my cabbage and thing, my pak choy, just so my sugar could stay at a medium, like not too high, not too low, but perfect, right? And I did that. So fast forward to Saturday morning, Saturday before I had my baby, right? My sugar went up 130 something or 150 something. I can't remember how much it's supposed to be, right? But it was high. So me and my son's father decided, well, you know, so and so, now my sugar high, we should go back in the hospital in the morning, right? Back to Friday, rewind, back to Friday, when I was in the hospital, right? Them send me upstairs on the ward, on the, well, if you're from South, you will know it have the old hospital and the teaching hospital. I was over on the teaching side, right? And they sent me over on the next hospital, and when I went upstairs, the doctor checked my the doctor told the nurses to
oh, now you can't speak English.
Gather your thoughts. The doctor in San Fernando told me when I go home, told me to record the ratings that my sugar was reading and bring it back in. So I did that. It was not high. I wish I had this to show you guys. It was not high. It was between 80 something to 100. That is good for a week, right? This doctor in San Fernando saw that my sugar was not high. It was not high. And she was like, well, you know, Naomi, we have to induce you today. Hold up. Induce me today. So I just did, and tears is like, tears just building up in my eye because I was not mentally or physically prepared to get induced today, this moment, right now. I said, me? No? So I went back to my son father because he was there with me, and I was like, well, you know, they said that they have to induce me today because my sugar too high. And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah. So I and my mad self, crazy, went and signed out myself to go home. I wasn't prepared. And I know that my child was not ready to come because I wasn't getting no pain, I wasn't spotting, no blood, nothing like that for me to get induced right now. And all the stories I heard that the induction process is a lot of pain, like 10 times more pain than normal delivery. So I was not ready for that, right? So I signed out myself. That was the same Friday. I signed out myself, and baby girl, I went home because boo-boo, we went home. And the Saturday, I checked my sugar and I was like, wow, maybe I should have just stayed because I had to go back in the hospital anyways. So the Sunday morning now, we got ready and we went to the hospital. One of the nurses saw me and she was like, wow, you glowing. This is how you're supposed to look while being pregnant. Like, she was like, it looks really beautiful. And I was like, thank you very much, thank you. So I was done. Well, I went to him and I said my prayers and stuff like that. And I was like, kind of scared and kind of excited because I was done being pregnant, and this big belly and my back was paining me, so I was like done. So we waited and we waited to get a bed because in San Fernando I'd have to wait a whole year and a half to be warded on the hospital to get a bed. We stayed there a whole day, literally from 8 in the morning. So I think after 5 I get a bed. It was time for my son father to leave. He couldn't stay with me because we didn't do any llamas class. Well, in Trinidad, the only how someone is allowed in the delivery room with you is if you had llamas class together. And we didn't went, so he wasn't allowed in the room with me. So I was there all alone. So it was Sunday, right? I got to bed and well, I was talking to my friends and stuff like that. I think in the evening time, no, in the night time, the doctor come and she was like, well, you know, it have a real long line ahead of you to be induced, so you might be here from today till next week. And I was like, next week? Are you ready to get this over with? No! Do this now so I can meet my child now. Next week? Which she was telling the truth. Anyways, so Monday, I think it was Monday morning, the doctor come and she was like, well, Naomi, we are going to start your induction process, da 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 da. And I was so excited. I was like, finally. I was really excited. So doctor is supposed to inform you to eat a lot and drink a lot of water before the induction, and nobody in the whole world come to my bed and was like, well, Naomi, you know, you have to eat a good meal or drink a whole bottle of water before we induce you, because after the induction you can't eat or drink anything. Me not knowing nothing. So from the time them start my induction, if this fly, anyways, so from the time them start my induction, I couldn't eat or drink anything. Nothing. I was just there, starving, dehydrated, because I never eat anything, I never drink anything. I was like, wow, okay. So now, the induction procedure, this is what you guys were waiting for. So, the doctor, she came and she was like, Naomi, you need to go and take a shower. So I went and I take a bath and stuff like that. And I went to be induced. So, the doctor, let me tell you this procedure, detailed procedure. 2 fingers. So, she told me to lay down on the bunker, a bunk bed, put up my feet, like this, and lay back. I wasn't even expecting this lady to come and push her fingers up my, you know what, I'm not going to name it, but you know what. So, she put on her gloves, and she put a special kind of lube on the gloves, and she went up there, and I was like, what the hell? You didn't even like give me some time to, you know, inhale and exhale, and it just went up there. Guys, that was so painful. So she did that first, went up there, took it back out. She was like, okay, next step. I said, next step, what? So the tablets is a tablet they use, a pill for the procedure, right? It was like this big. She had was to put the tablet on her finger, like right here, right here, and go up there again. And that was the first tablet. I got 3 tablets because the first two didn't work. One supposed to work. I got 3. Right? So she was like, okay, that was it. Go back to your bed and lie on the left side for an hour while they put me on the monitor. So I had to check the baby heartbeat and stuff like that to make sure everything was okay. So I had to lie on my side for 1 hour, and I think it was 6 hours later she came back and checked to see if I was getting any pain. No. So she was like, if it is, I come back and I check you again and you're not getting any pain, we will have to give you our next dose. So I was like hoping I got some contractions, at least a little to say, well, you know, I can a little pain. Come back 12 in the night, well, 12 midnight, and she was like, are you getting any pain? I was like, no. And then she was like, well, get up, follow me in the room, next tablet, the same thing, up there again. She was like, and that was real hurting, that was real painful, really painful. So she did that, and I went back to my bed, same procedure, lie on my side for an hour, and 6 hours later she came back. She was like, any pain yet? None. Giovanni was not ready to come. He was so stubborn. 6 in the morning on, it was 6 Tuesday morning, and she came and she was like, well, follow me to the room, and she did it for the third time. And then she was like, well, this is the last tablet that will be going inside of you. After this, you will have to rupture your water bag if it don't burst for itself, right? It didn't burst for itself, they did it. So I think it was 1 o'clock Tuesday afternoon, and the doctor came and she was like, well, it's time to burst your water bag, so and so and so. Go and empty your bladder, take a bath, and meet me in the room. It had this long plastic clip thing. It was longer than this. It was really long, like a plastic scissors. Yeah, like a plastic scissors. So they insert that in me and clip my water bag. It didn't hurt though. Like, I expected it to real hurt. It didn't hurt at all. Like, it just feel like a little pinch. She clip it and I just feel this dash of water, like, and the next step now was to insert the enema in my butt.
You cannot be for real. Oh my God, you for real? No, you for fake. No, you for real.
And squeeze the liquid. That is to make you poop. because you know, like when you're making a baby, you just feel like if you want to poop, that's to ensure that you don't poop on the bed. I went to the toilet. While I was in the toilet, I started to get contractions. Like the moment she clipped my water bag, contractions was like real, like period pain that I could have handled. It was like a little bit of pain. I was like, wow. If I hear a girl, wow, this is the pain? This is the pain for him a real mouth and up ting ting ting. I can handle this pain, so and so and so. When that contractions hit me, boop, I went to dead. I can't catch myself. Oh. I went on bed and it was time to go in the delivery room, guys. I was so excited. So they came for me and they put me on a wheelchair and they carried me to the delivery ward, right? Well, as how I was induced, right, I had was to stay on the monitor until Shalani came. I couldn't get up and walk and do some squats just so it will come along easier. I was to stay on that bed. It was like 2 p.m. there, yeah. But before I went to the delivery room, my mama niece came, right? And my mommy bring food for my water and stuff like that and a phone card so I could hook up my plan. Well, my data plan. And from the time I went in this delivery room, it was like, what, 2 o'clock? I started to get pain, like real pain, like pain started just kick me left, right, and center, boop, boop, boop. I said, nah, I go dead. I was not expecting this. And on top of it, on the bed with this monitor, like it's like a strap to make sure that the baby heart is beating, right? Like a monitoring the child heart. So I had to lie down on the bed, this on my belly. I had 2 IV because one, the IV on my right hand was a drip so I could dilate faster, right? And with that drip, the pain is be so intense. Every 2 hours I dilated. So let's say it was 2 o'clock and they checked me. Let me tell you the procedure, how they was checking to see if I dilating. So again, 2 fingers up my, you know what, and there was moving the finger inside of me like to check.
Wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not gonna speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
To see how much I dilate, centimeters. The first time they did it, I think I was 2 centimeters. Only 2. It was like 3 o'clock then. 2 centimeters. And I am so much pain. Like I just like, wow. I now reached 2 centimeters. And I get in all this pain. So fast forward to I think let's say 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. They came back again, checked me again. I think I reached 5 or 6 centimeters. And at this point, guys, I couldn't take it anymore. I am crying, tears are bawling, and I'm crying, I cry until I can't cry no more. The doctor was just like, no, Naomi, stop crying. You can't cry. You need to pray. You need to breathe. Inhale, exhale, breathe. And I was like, it's not working. The pain not going. It was like, well, it's not going to go, sweetheart. Just breathe. And they was so patient. 7 o'clock, I think I reached 7 centimeters. And at this point now, please, I started to beg. Me knowing that in our country, we do not have epidural. They do not give us any epidural. I know that, and I am still on that bed, begging, pleading for an epidural. And I'm just like, well, sweetheart, you know, in this country, we don't give that, so you have to bear the pain. He will come just now. Just breathe, say your prayers, and he will come. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear, okay, we will give you the epidural. I don't want to hear about, no, we can't get the epidural because so and so, give me the epidural. But I was kind of smart. I know when you do a csection, cesarean, they just give you an anesthetic in your back to numb the area from waist down. I had to beg them. I begged them for a csection. It was like, no, we can't give you one because nothing is wrong with the baby. You know, the only how you will get that is if it's an emergency, right? His heartbeat was good. I was good. There was no need for a csection, but I was in so much pain. I just wanted it to stop. Like I begged them, I cry, I just like, oh gosh, never me again. Fast forward to 10 o'clock. I think by now I reached 8 centimeters, and I was like, Naomi, it's time to push. I say, it's time to do what? It's time to push. I can push. I weak. My body weak because I ain't drink no water. I eat no food. My body is weak. I couldn't push out that child. I tell him, I said, I can't push out this child. I can't push him out. And I was like, no, you have to try. So that was like, put up your foot like this. Like this. And I was to lean back, and it was like, whenever you feel any pain, you need to push. I push in, and nothing ain't coming out. I say, he coming out? They say no. They went to get, you have to sign a form, right? So they went to get the form for me to sign and stuff like that. I signed that form so fast. And it had consequences. There was like, Naomi, if you die during this procedure, that's on you. If the baby die in this procedure, that's on you. If the baby get cut in this procedure, that's on you. Like everything, like if it had any fault in it, is on me. I can't sue them, nothing like that, right? So I signed the form, push, real fast, like real fast. So they come for me, but before they come for me now, they take a whole hour, like real long. So I just like, wow, and the longer they take is the more dilate. So I think I reached 9.5 centimeters or 9 centimeters, and I had fever. I had feel like my body was hot, and I trembling because the AC is so cold, and plus they bring a fan. So I just there trembling, and I begged, and I was like, please take off the AC. They was like, no, we can't, because you have a fever and you need to cool down. So they came for me, and they put me on the rolling bed thingy, the stretcher, and them taking the godfather and the godmother time, they moving like snail. I'm in the theater. That what it was called, the theater, the csection emergency theater, right? Them pushing me, and they're just like, and I feel like if I not reaching no way, and I ain't pain, like Jelani, like the more he pushed down his head, is the more I get pain, and he just pushing down his head. I was like, oh my gosh, Jelani, you need to relax yourself and just stay in one place, because this pain is killing your mother. We reached the theater, and a doctor come, and she was like, hi Naomi, I am Dr. So and so and so. For this procedure, I will insert a needle in the back. It's called an anesthetic. It will numb me from waist down, and it wouldn't feel anything. There was already C in his head, so I need to push. And I told you guys from before that my body was weak, was really weak. I honestly couldn't push him out. I really couldn't push him out. So I had a vacuum delivery. If you don't know what that is, and you know the plunger where it is used to like push down in the toilet, a little, well, that, it was a tool like that, right? And then they push and they pull him out of me, because then do the C-section again, because he was right there. I was 10 centimeters dilated. He was right there. Please tell me how I still got in pain. It was like, because the placenta still in. So when the placenta came out, also known as the afterbirth, when it came out, all the pain went away. I was like, finally, at last, pain gone. But normally when they make a baby, they just like do skin to skin. I didn't have that, because when they pull him out of me, his head, like, it had a cone effect from the vacuum, and they had to make sure that his head and his brain good and stuff like that. So they went to do a test. So after they stitched me up and stuff like that, they carried me back on the delivery ward to breastfeed him, and they bring him from, and I was like, oh my god, he's so sweet, and he looks just like me. That was then, because now he looks just like his father, like twins. They resemble really bad, like split in the middle. But when he was younger, like 2 days old, he was looking like me. So fast forward to the morning time, they carried me down to the antenatal ward, guys, and I was there with all the other mummies and babies, and every single baby but Jelani was just crying, and I was like, wow, you were so quiet. And yeah, that was my experience. It was the worst experience ever. The thing is, woman was like created to give birth. That's why women so powerful. We are powerful. So guys, that was my experience, my labor and delivery experience, right? Now, if you are pregnant and watching this video, or you planning on having a baby, please do not let this video scare you. Everyone's experience is different. Everyone's body is different. Like, you can experience different pain. You might never get any pain at all. So just pray, and pray. So that was it for this video, my loves. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to me. Leave a comment on what video you want to see me do next. Okay, and make sure to turn on that bell so you don't miss any of my videos.